Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of the channel. This will be the first one where I have recorded both the audio of this and the video separately. Now today this is just more of a sketch thing, there wasn't a plan on this, as I have been kind of busy. But yeah, no, was it, I don't have too many great plans, but I've been running into some debates with the lads about AI art and all that, and they're like, Alintor, you know. You should be happy about this. This makes art more accessible to everyone. This, that, the other. This helps you improve. And it's like, no, it doesn't. Like, the only thing that AI art does is it takes away from your ability to actually fully do art yourself. And it was just such an annoying thing. Because it's like, art, and on top of that thing of like, oh, it makes art more accessible. What differentiates a skilled artist and a non-skilled one is how much time you've actually put into this. Because someone who's been drawing since they're a kid to now, where I'm 18, so if someone's been drawing since, let's just say they're 2 or something like that, they'd be much better, not because they're more skilled or talented, let's say. They are more skilled at this stage if they were, but they're not more talented, it's just they've dedicated more of their time. Like, art is a case of, in order to get better, you need to put your time into it. It's like carpentry, like being an electrician, all this stuff. When you start day one, you're just going to be dog piss. But it's like, it's precisely because these things are hard and you want to do it, you should do it yourself and not use this AI thing as a shortcut. As it really, and I mean really, just isn't as good of a tool as people like to make it out to be. As I believe it more so robs you from actually being a better artist further down the line. It's like using AI to code. It's like, why would you use AI to code? And putting that in for your schoolwork or things like that. Because the thing is, the point of you doing it is to learn. And if you're not going to learn, you shouldn't do the work. Because now that's just setting yourself up for failure. Because, well, you have someone who can code, they'll look at your stuff and be thinking, "Ooh, Christ, there, pal. That's spaghetti. That's like some spaghetti code you got going on there. That ain't no good. Gonna have to get you on to something else, or well, most likely be the case. You'll get fired, and whoop de doo. The degree you've spent years trying to get is now worthless because, well, you didn't actually earn it. You never worked for it. I suppose the point here is with AI and calling AI artist quotation marks on that is you're not really a proper artist. Now, I don't have a problem with someone wanting to use AI art because, well, they're not good at art or they just want a placeholder thing or, something like that. But one thing that kind of annoys me is the fact that they're trying to call themselves an artist, yet they themselves don't do art. And one thing I've seen online that kind of annoys me, or no, kind of annoyed me, is people would be taking what someone else drew. I think it was like Studio Ghibli or whatever. Someone trying to draw in their style, took it in AI, put in AI, sent it to them, and was like, "Here, fix your thing. Hope you like it." That's like such an arseholy move to do. Like, Genie Max, man, like, what went through your head? It's like, it's literally the same as, let's just say you draw something, you post it online, someone else redraws it and says, "Here, fix all your mistakes, hope you enjoyed it." Or another one like music. Let's just say you have this cool guitar riff that you got going on, right? Yeah, nah. Someone saw a mistake in that. They decide to redo it themselves and send it to you. You wouldn't be thinking, "Oh, thanks, pal. I am so appreciative of you of offering your help when I didn't want it, nor did I ask for it." You'd be thinking, "Christ, man, you're just a cunt." You know. Anyways, though, getting kind of off the AI track, as this is something that I can and probably will ramble about many more times. It's just an annoying thing, and I suppose to wrap this little stage of this up is what AI art, it isn't true art, because art is made by a person, not by a machine. And it doesn't matter that you wrote in the prompts as well. Congratulations, you can type, but that isn't proper art. You didn't make that. That is the work and effort of the machine, not you. As AI isn't really a tool, in my opinion, when it comes to using art, as it'll just do the whole thing for you. It's like, let's just say you're asking for help. As I'll use myself for example here. It's like, was it my granddad? I'd ask him to help me with, let's just say, Irish, and he'd be like, "Yeah, sure, Alan Thor, I'll help you with it." But he doesn't. He does it for me, and then I don't learn anything from it, you know. And with something like art, if you want to call yourself an artist, you need to make these mistakes. You need to go through this shit stage that I'm going through as well. I can give you one guarantee: out of all the art world, there's probably one person who I can confidently say is worse than me, and that ain't with any pride. And that person is, no, I'm not gonna even say his name because it's disgusting. But yeah, no, with though, yeah, no, you do need to be making these mistakes. You need to learn from them, and well, if you don't, you won't really become a better artist. You won't be able to start making commissions. As if you're drawing, like, you can have a certain style to drawing, right? But if aren't making improvements or little changes here or there, people will kind of stop liking it because, well, it's just the same thing. Because people who like your art kind of want to see your art change in slight ways, or you learn from certain mistakes. As one thing I've seen is, was it now, since I'm not doing this live, or not live, the drawing, I can't give a quick example of it, but imagine a studio ring light is one thing I've noticed is, you'd be seeing studio ring lights on skin, and thing is, skin isn't really that reflective unless, you're wet, either because you went in war, you got oiled up, or you're just like a really, and I mean really greasy guy. Like, they're the only reasons why your skin would be, like, reflective. And in those cases, it's like, you see it, and it's a studio ring light, which is alright, grand, but it'd be in situations of which that don't really make proper sense. Like, they'd be outdoors, and you see it, and it's just like, what are you doing? Like, that ain't possible. It's like the ring light can only really be in a indoors place in a more professional setting, or if not professional, but it's like, no, uh, can't be outdoors. You're limiting yourself to what you can and can't do on it. Ooh, God, no, I'm starting to realize I should have probably recorded this in tandem. As was it? The video is 37 minutes. No, not 37. It's 27 ish. 20. No, I think it's 26 actually. Anyways, I'll look like a fool by the time I'm done recording this, and it turns out it's not, and I got the time completely wrong. I suppose I'll go on to what I've been drinking. Like, one thing I have been doing is a bit more of experimentation of what I do drink. And, I had the infinite wisdom to do that when my granddad wanted me to think of a door, or not a door, gate. And I've come up with a good design for it that should work, where it's essentially possibly three pieces of wood, three hinges, like, what is it? In a way, it's kind of like a door stopper thing. Like, it'd be easier if I actually drew it, but alas, still audio recording separately. God, I should definitely write a script next time. But yeah, got the door down, but that was my design is probably a bit flawed. I need to look over it as like, in my infinite wisdom as an Alien Tour. I was like, you know what? I could have a whiskey coke right now. But you know what? I had a whiskey coke, and it wasn't like, as I was talking to one of the lads on the phone, he thought I got it as like a can, pre-mix, and I'm like, nah, man, I don't do that. On my own special Irish alchemist that's why I like to call my drink mix an Irish alchemy. As you give me something that can be mixed, and the first thing I'll do with it is I'll try it straight just out of pure curiosity. As I have to say, something like whiskey, you take that thing straight, that tastes bad, but it's like alcohol wipes is kind of like, you smell that. And it's kind of like how whiskey tastes. But if you were to mix it with something, it goes lovely. I can really see why some people enjoy, whiskey if they mix it. But yeah, no. Let's see. Ooh. God, the weather's looking mighty miserable out today. It's like the joys of being in Ireland. I don't know what it's really like in other parts of the world. But one thing I have to say though is I think I wouldn't really be able to live somewhere else, as it's like other places are too hot or too cold, and I'm just like, oh, can't have that. As I can remember, this is before I started my art journey, as not my art journey, but my interest in art and all. Where still at the beginning stages of under getting that I like doing art. I think I did some drawings in Iceland, but my God, it was miserable, and I mean miserable. 3 days. Let's just say an hour of sleep at most, not per day. I mean throughout those 3 days, as I just had the crappiest bed. As it wasn't even a bed; it was like what would be a good thing to describe it as? No, I think sleeping on the floor would have been comfy, as not comfy, but more comfortable than the little bed, as it was a chair bed, and it was like a few centimeters of mattress with a essentially no fluff pillow. It felt so hard. And the thing is with Iceland is when they say there's like it's all daytime there, they mean it's literally all daytime except for an hour. 1 hour, and that's like from 11 to 12. That's when it's dark. Past that though, it's just always like it's first thing in the morning, sun's out real high, real bright. And on top of it, you'd be lucky, depending on where you're standing, if there's a tree out the other end of the coast blocking some wind for you. Because there's literally, I mean literally, nothing from one side of the coast to the other side of the coast. Like, I can remember Iceland was so desolate and barren. It felt like an apocalypse has happened there. Because there's really nothing but stones and this weird moss grass. Like, I still don't know what the hell that was. Was it moss? Was it grass? It looked like a bit of both, but it was just like, oh my God, what was that? Ooh, fucking hell. I still can remember there's some exotic food there. Fermented shark. It was getting offered around between all the lads. And the lad before me had it, and he just gagged, and they got offered to me, and they're like, Aline Tor, do you want some? I was like, no thanks there, pal, no thanks. And I offered, and I, with my infinite kindness, proceeded to offer to the guy next to me. I didn't even give him a chance to respond, as I already dropped it in his hands. Oh, the smell of it wasn't even that good as well. No, not for me, it didn't smell that great. And I have to say that food in Iceland, not good. Not good. As I like everything there just tasted weird. I have to say though, the weirdest thing in Iceland is I drink a lot of Coke, right? The Coke tastes like Pepsi, and the Pepsi tastes like Coke. And the reason why I say that is because there's a Pepsi machine in the hotel thing we were staying at. And had Pepsi, apple juice, orange juice, and whatnot. I never drank so much apple juice before in my life till I went to Iceland, but that isn't the point. I got Pepsi, and the thing tasted almost identical to Coke back in Ireland. And when I got Coke in the store, like not in sort of hotel, it was like some shop in Iceland. I'm going to say it was a Dunn's. I know for sure it's not a Dunn's, but let's just say for the story's sake, it is. So that's the only shop I can think of. I walk in there, get it. As I was trying to figure out how you work it, because it was in Icelandic, the self-service thing. I just couldn't find the language option. And the way they have their money, the krona, I think I'm pretty sure is how you say it, is the exact same way the Japanese yen work, where they don't have like €1.50. It's like 500, 1,000, 2,000. Because like when you're just looking at it, it's so hard to actually grasp how much it costs, because it's like, you don't really have a basis of what 500 krona means, as it's kind of just like a pointless, or like a useless, not useless, but it's like a meaningless number to you. But yeah, no. The one great thing I have to say about Iceland, since I've noticed I've done a lot of bitching so far, is that it is a beautiful, beautiful place to be. Like, it looks great. And part of that thing that made it look so great is the fact that it was always super bright. My biggest complaint about, but that's just because I couldn't get sleep. Like, it was so bad. I was debating about sleeping in the fucking bathtub. But on the last night when the lads had like a shower or a bath or whatever, and I was like, fuck that, nah. He's a smelly cunt. That bat probably disease now. Excuse me. That bat's disease, and I swear I'm not chancing sleeping in there. But I almost slept in the bathroom though, because it's like the it's the only properly dark room. Oh, still, I was so happy to be back home. So it wasn't like my other trip that I had gone on though, the trip to Germany, and that was a good, nice trip I had. Because it was done not this year. Well, I suppose technically this year, as it was done in the let's see, when was it? December. No, not December. November, December. So, like near the end of November, beginning of December is when the trip had happened. So we got to go to all the Christmas markets, and my God, the Germans love their fucking sausages. As like they have really like a trillion and one ways to do them, and I'm going to have to give a quick Coke review on their Coke there, and it wasn't that great. I don't know. It was something about it. I didn't like it. It's hard to describe, as I felt a bit more, not spicy, but sour in a way. I truly don't know how to describe it, but it just wasn't the type of Coke I like. And I drink just a normal Coke, not Coke Zero or anything like that. Because like when you start going to Coke Zero and Diet Coke, so that's the type of Coke you drink. Just really, if it's for reasons about your health, put the shit down and just take water, man. It's really just a case of, if that's your reasoning, it's not even that much better for you. Just have water. Yeah, though, getting back to my trip to Germany though, it was a school trip where it was like me and a bunch of lads. And not lads, but it's like a bunch of guys from school went. Some teachers were there too. And, you know, I won't go into some of the issues I had with some of the lads, or that's going to be a different day. But I can remember in Germany, it was like proper cold there. Well, when I went to Iceland, it wasn't cold per se. It was the wind, because the wind was like, when you're at the beach and all, and it's really windy. You're getting that type of wind, no matter where you were in the country, because there's literally no trees. Not literally, but it's like, there's like feck all in the way of trees. And I really do mean you were lucky, depending on where you're standing, if there was at least one tree at one side of the coast to the other, because that would have blocked maybe a tiny bit of wind for you. Oh, I'm just messing around with measuring tape right now, as I've had a bit of a carpenter streak going. Well, not carpenter. I've just been measuring, getting plans out for the door, gating, I was saying earlier. God, I'm really bad at rambling. Oh. But anyway, so getting back to my Germany story, they do the sausages good, and there's this weird spud onion thing I had. It's like one of the lads found it, as it was the first day we got there, and we landed in Frankfurt, and it was late at night, so the Christmas market was mostly closing down. And my God, it was a lovely thing. It was so nice and warm as well. Now we did have, well, actually, we didn't have any. I didn't have any drinks that night, but it was the following subsequent nights I had drinks. I remember I had lots of craps with. Fuck, what was it? What did I have with it? It was sugar and applesauce. I think it was. I remember it was like, no, it wasn't applesauce. It was, oh, fuck, what was it? I, I don't actually fully remember it now. You know, it was like, had lots of crepes, had currywurst, and was it rot vines and whatnot. And I say, rot vines are like a. It felt kind of weird drinking as it was served hot, but it had some weird winey taste. I honestly don't know what sort of drink it was, if it was a wine or what. And oh yeah, actually, I got this fake dagger. Not fake, it's an actual dagger thing, but it's not sharp. It's like a shouting. Not ceremonial, decorative. There we go. I got this decorative dagger thing, and this. And your one was asking me if I'm older than 16, or not 16, 17, I think it was. And no, not 17. It was 16 actually. Yeah, no, 16. And I was like, yeah, as you know, they can only sell it to people who are older than 16. And one nice thing in Germany that I like is you get to drink at 17. Not 17, 16. And I was 17 when I was there, so no issues. I can remember one of the pubs we went to was on the last night. There was this one girl who was having a bit of a, not a row with a Scotsman. And this girl was someone, I don't think she was in my class, but she was in the other class I went with us. And she was getting really into it with him. Like, no, that's not how you say my name. You say it like this. And I was just sitting there thinking, oh, Christ, I don't want to get involved in that. I might just leave soon. As the thing is, it wasn't the one Scottish guy. Because it's like, Scots guy was apparently saying her name wrong. I wasn't paying attention, couldn't care too much. But it wasn't like the one of them. It was like several of them. It was like five, six. And I was like, yeah, now if something happens, good luck there, love. I'm dipping out. You got yourself into this mess. And the thing is, I don't even think she was actually drunk at the time. Because, you know, we just got there and we were only there like half an hour max. And if you're able to drink that much in a half an hour that you are drunk, I don't think you should be drinking. Like, that's just a sign that you cannot control how much you drink or how quickly you drink. Because I don't think you should be getting drunk that quickly. But actually, on topic again, drunk. This actually reminds me of something with with one of the lads. We'll go and call him Billy Bob. Good old Bill. He had too much to drink on one of the nights, and in the hotel we were staying, I think where were we? I think it was Karlsruhe is where we were at this time. We were in this hotel, nice hotel. I decided to have an early night, so I actually only caught him the first time, not the subsequent times. But he had so much to drink, he didn't even remember what had happened. And the other two lads, John and Tom, we'll say, are his names, had to go looking for him because he was running out of the room, going God knows where. It's like the first time they find him sprawled out on the floor in the middle of the hall. And halls aren't that big in hotels. And he was asleep. They wake him up, and you know what he does? He gets up and he just bolts, and I just mean he just completely bolts away from them. And then, they need to look for him again. The thing is, this goes on real late into the night. Second time, it wasn't Tom and John that found him. It was some other group. Not other group entirely. It's like, not a group from our school, from my school, found him. And he was leaning against the elevator wall, asleep again. Then the elevator, gives it a sec. He wakes up. And then I think they find him again outside. And that was like the last time before they finally got him locked inside. Oh, God, man. That was it. That was gas. The funniest part about it all is Billy Bob. He missed the train, and the only bad thing about that is the other lads that were with him, not with him, but they had to look for him for most of the night because they shared the same room. They needed to find him. One of them, I think it was, we'll say Tom, missed the train while John was able to make it because Thing is, John got up really early because he couldn't sleep. Well, Tom didn't. And because, they only got to sleep at, like, let's just say 3, we left 9. They got, like, feck all sleep. Because that's the only time they got Billy Bob stuck in the room and stopped them from escaping. Whew. God, that was a good long ramble I had. I think this is the part where I will start wrapping up. Like, no, I had a bit of a negative beginning to the video. Now, I'm not going to. I know I want to say the thing of spread positivity and all that, but it's not going to be a completely positive thing. Like, I will be saying my opinion in these. Like, my opinion shall be shared. Whether you like it, take it or leave it. Oh, shite. Yeah, sorry about that. That was just my dad giving me a quick call. But yeah, now let's see, where was I? Oh yes, sharing my opinion. Yeah, my opinion shall be shared. Whether you like it, take it or leave it, do what you want with it. But be sure to keep this one little thing in mind. It's an opinion. It's not a fact. So it's no reason to start sending hate or either to me or to anything I say. As it's just me sharing what I think and what I believe. I don't really want to start these hate brigades. There we go, or anything of that nature, as it's just I see it as a pointless endeavour. It's like there's not much fruit to be held on this tree. It's just realistically, it's all just waffle. You're not gonna get nothing done with it. So why bother? It's like one thing I don't really truly like is the reaction channels where they only do drama, this, that, the other. As it's always something so negative. It's never anything good. It's like, oh, this guy comes out as this guy comes out as that. So I know we all want to make money, do this, that, the other, but I just feel like everyone's so caught up in spreading negativity and just, calling people names. It's just we've kind of lost the run of ourselves in a way. As instead of just calling everyone every name under the sun, we should have a conversation, break things down, see where we disagree and see where we can move forward on this, what we can look past and what we can't. As I feel like people have gone a bit too extreme in their beliefs and ideologies. But yeah, um, I think that will be it though. Uh, I think I have just, I just got a quick look at it a bit ago, my drawing. But I think I did a good job on doing the hair. That's one thing I think I've done good on that. But anyways, this is Aline Tour signing out, and this will be awkward if I haven't timed the video right. But anyways, Aline Tour signing out. Have a good day. Hope you start drawing. Hope you begin your journey. But otherwise than that, catch you on the flip side.